crazy carnivore dieter Frank Tufano has finally thrown in the towel on his ridiculous diet. Well, to be fair, he threw it in long ago. I mean, how many carnivores do you know that eat pure sugar in the form of honey all day long? Or slather their cruel flesh meals in plant-based herbs and spices in an effort to make it, in his words, at least somewhat enjoyable. Of course, the litany of health issues that's going to arise from eating nothing but corpses and avoiding fruits and vegetables is going to catch up with you sooner or later.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of crazy that I've been following a diet ever since I started bodybuilding when I was 14, 15 years old.
It's not inherently crazy to follow one particular diet. As proven by science time and time and time again, the less animal products that we eat and the more whole plant foods that we ingest, the greater the health outcome. If anything, what's really crazy is eating any other way as opposed to this diet.
I've always been super strict with my eating regimen.
No, you haven't. You said you were carnivore. Carnivores eat fat and protein. You were guzzling down sugar.
And up until now, I've never met one person as disciplined as myself.
Are there no bodybuilders at your gym, Frank? Personally, I find that a bit hard to believe. Plus, you just make up your diet as you go along anyway.
So when I see these vegans, carnivores claiming to be on their diet, I know they're cheating.
It must be nice to be so deluded that you think you know everything about everybody at all times. Thing is, I've not eaten animal products in my 8 years of veganism, not even considered it, even once. I'm just one vegan, there are millions. If they're anything like me, they'd rather stab themselves in both eyes rather than eat the tortured corpse of a beautiful, once sentient being.
I've always prided myself in being honest and transparent, but does it really mean much when everyone on social media lies?
You speak with such certitude. I'm on social media. Prove how I have lied just once in the last 5 years. Good luck with that.
How many times has a vegan been caught eating fish?
Never. Were someone to eat fish, they would not be vegan by the very definition of the word. They may have been a flaky fitness influencer who jumped on a trend to gain popularity, but they were never vegan. They never got it. Would you ever eat a human baby? Probably not. Most Westerners would not eat a cat or a dog. A vegan feels just as strongly, but instead of drawing a brainwashed, arbitrary line, we see all animals as deserving of love and respect.
I guess I'm the first ex-carnivore, at least someone that's actually followed the diet strictly for a long period of time.
No, Frank, apparently all social media personalities lied. So you've been eating sacks of potatoes and mountains of bananas like they're going out of fashion, you cheeky little monkey.
The reason for that could be that all of these other carnivores, just like vegans, are making money because of their carnivore personality.
Do you make money because of your carnivore personality?
I started the carnivore diet back in 2012, coinciding with my health journey.
When he went from fairly unhealthy to extremely unhealthy, prompting his departure from said diet.
I did feel much better eating only animal foods.
If you can't put the healthiest foods in the world, legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds into your gut without your digestion falling to pieces, then something's seriously wrong and you need to run a battery of tests to ascertain the problem and then treat it. Although the instant relief from cutting out all healthy foods is tempting, perhaps understandably so, putting in just meat is never going to lead anywhere healthy long term. An idiot would know this. Cutting out certain whole plant foods that are triggering symptoms is sensible while we're treating, but cutting them all out will only mean that, if anything, you develop issues with more of them. So good luck when you want to reintroduce healthy foods.
My digestion improved, I had consistent energy levels. It definitely took that experimenting with macronutrients, food cooking temperatures to get things right, but I felt like I developed a template that would work for anyone.
The issues that I just raised, plus the increased risk of heart disease, cancer, stroke, etc. notwithstanding, why did you feel that this diet would work for everyone? You were going off of one anecdote. You had zero data. It's no good to just think, oh yeah, this diet's good. People's lives are at stake. Of course, you'd hope that no one is thick enough to mimic someone with zero credentials, but sadly, the internet is full of dumb.
There were times where I almost had rabbit starvation.
There's no need to even get hungry on a whole foods plant-based diet, even when you're on a fat loss protocol.
My health has been so poor at times in these past 2 years that I couldn't even adhere to the diet without getting incredibly sick.
No, it's almost as though we're not designed to eat animals, and particularly not as a sole food source.
And I suffered for a long time, guys. You know, when I came back after auditioning for MasterChef all the way back in early 2018, I was never the same. I took so much Tylenol and Advil on that show out there because I wasn't sleeping. I damaged my liver, and then it couldn't handle the carnivore diet anymore, all of the iron.
Anyone with half a brain could have warned you that you're going to get iron overload issues by smashing tons of heme iron. A whole foods plant-based diet provides more than enough iron, and any excess will be blocked by the intestines. Sadly, the intestines are not very good at blocking heme iron. It's almost as though we're not designed to eat animals. There's a bloody echo in here, I swear.
I had insomnia, heart palpitations, poor sleep, up until now, basically.
Almost as though we're not designed to eat, say it with me, animals.
In order to reverse the problem, I simply need to eat plant foods.
A better tactic is just to stick to the plant foods in the first place. 8 years whole foods plant-based diet cured hay fever, cured tendinitis, massively lowered blood pressure, eyesight more than twice as strong.
Fiber, insoluble, soluble, all play important roles in digestive health.
No, Sherlock. So why did you eat none for 8 years? Why have you been advising others to do the same? And why are you still selling this carnivore diet book?
To loosely summarize what I've been doing the past few months, I tried sticking to carnivore with the honey glucose on and off, but just felt much better with the increased gut motility from higher volume plant foods.
What a surprise.
Most recently, in the past month, I've switched gears to consuming a large amount of my caloric energy from carbohydrates like potatoes, pasta, some fruit. I still eat a ton of meat, over 2 pounds in the form of grass-fed beef.
Why? Certainly not protein. I am bigger than you and stronger than you. This paper cites 343 top-quality, non-industry funded studies, including meta-analysis of prospective cohorts, proving irrevocably that meat causes our #1 killer. And there is no essential nutrient in corpses that is not better sourced elsewhere.
I am a little worried about sharing my new diet, talking about specific foods, and I really don't want to explain why I'm eating certain foods, largely because of the fear of the plagiarism that's been going on.
I don't want to tell anyone what I'm eating. They might copy me. Oh dear, Frank, that sounds like it'd be the end of the world.
Or they'll even get some other clown shill to pop up out of the woodwork following my new diet. Very possible, very likely.
Very self-important, isn't he? Bless him, what a funny chap. Now, carnivore eaters are quick to point out when the odd flaky nobody fitness influencer leaves veganism, but honestly, there are so many thousands of vegans on YouTube, it's pretty irrelevant. Frank leaving the carnivore diet, however, equals about 20% of their grand total. And now click this.